Good morning and welcome to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for JMCSS. You know, there are several traditions and annual activities among schools in the Jackson-Madison County school system. Madison Academic has had 5 National Merit finalists in the past 5 years. Southside boys and girl basketball teams compete for the state title seemingly every year since 2014. And for the 3rd year in a row, scholars from Liberty Technology High School have represented the district at the state level in the Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies and Education, also known as SCOPE, at Belmont University. These young delegates serve with distinction at the Student School Board Conference. Zamarion Carter, and Kennedi Taylor recently joined JMCSS School Board members Andre Darnell, Harvey Walden, and Andrea Givens-Moore at the Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies in Education. And so, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
And let's just start with some introductions. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way for all the alum out there. Board Member Darnell is a graduate of JCM.
JCM, class of 92. I thought you knew.
Let's go ahead and throw that out there. That's full transparency. Now, what's cool over the last 3 years, Board Member Darnell has really been involved in the SCOPE opportunity with the students at Liberty Technology High School.
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Darnell, what has it been like for you to be a board member and to be able to support students at multiple schools? And let me preface this and kind of put some context on here. You're a JCM grad. You helped give scholarships to that school. You did all this even before you were a school board member. Now you're a school board member, and you get to have an impact at multiple schools. What is that like for you?
Well, thank you again for inviting us. One of the main things, our responsibility as school board member, other than adopting policy, approving the budget, is promoting the district. Mm-hmm. And I had family members, cousins, nieces, and nephews who graduated from Liberty, and I knew that Liberty needed to be seen more in that spotlight. Mm-hmm. And this was a great opportunity. Also, my wife was teaching at Liberty at the time, and I knew that she would have a closer relationship with those students, so this would be a perfect opportunity to bring them along a trip. And they would feel comfortable and relaxed because they actually knew her even closer. Mm-hmm. But just the opportunity to be able to bring something new to Liberty with scope and to see with other peers, I knew that was going to be a great opportunity for them. So that's why I picked Liberty.
Now, this is a great segue. Mr. Darnell says bring something new to Liberty. But for a moment, let's spotlight some of those programs that are already there. And we're going to do that with some introductions. Zamarion Carter, this is probably the 4th time this school year we've been together because Zamarion is the poster child for Liberty High School, not just for SCOPE, but for FFA. And he's even repping his FFA. You just got back from a big trip. So first of all, let's introduce yourself to the community.
I'm Zamarion Carter. I'm a senior at Liberty. I'm the chapter president for Liberty FFA at Liberty. And I'm also the senior delegate for JMCSS from Liberty.
You just got back recently from the big annual trip to the FFA conference.
Yes. I actually went to both of them this year. But the one you're speaking on right now is our Gatlinburg conference, which is a state level. I got there and I received my state degree this year.
But what I think is cool about this is just being able to go out there. A lot of people know about culinary at Liberty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Maybe I know about it all too well. The culinary program at Liberty, we know all about it. But to know there's a thriving FFA out at Liberty, I think that's very cool. Kennedi Taylor is also a member of the SCOPE team from Liberty. But, Kennedi, we've seen you many, many times at the Board of Education because the Liberty ROTC provides our presentation of colors throughout the year. So for a moment, introduce yourself.
I'm Kennedi Taylor. I'm a freshman at Liberty Tech, and I'm involved with the JROTC program. I'm currently rank major.
Wow. So young leaders out at Liberty Tech. For a moment, let's discuss scope
Okay.
and what it means not only for the students, but also for the board members. The Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies in Education. Policies and students aren't really tied ever in this regard. Typically, when you think about policies, you think about adults setting the rules for students. This scope project and initiative really has a student-first approach. Mr. Darnell, tell us about that.
That's great. It's an essential platform that allows students to have meaningful discussions in educational policies that actually affect their future and their daily experiences. When they come to this program, they're able to have an option. They actually have an opportunity to actually discuss those out with other peers, and that's one of the good things. Even with some of the debate questions that they offer, and it was crazy when I say that, because all of the debates, when it came down to the voting, they all failed because they impacted students so much. And these are actually laws that are being pushed through our representatives through the state. So you can see how the difference, and at scope, you're actually able to hear. Even as a group leader, I'm able to sit there and hear them, hear their passion and insight on how they feel about a certain topic. And I could go back and even bring that to other district, other members, even our constituents, our representatives, how they feel. So it's very impactful.
What you're saying is, although this was a learning project for the students,
Right.
as a school board member, you can very much take the conversation to actual board members to give them context on how students across the state felt about a particular issue.
That's correct. When we have our annual conference, our delegate assembly, all the board members are coming in, and we're actually hearing those new laws that are being pushed through the state. So if there's any objections, any feedback, it's able to be provided at that time.
Before we get into how you and your peers weighed in on these debate topics, I want to present the debate topics to our listeners so that they can just in their minds think about how they may weigh in on these debate topics that students across the state gathered in Nashville to consider. Debate topic number 1. All students must complete at least one post-secondary course in high school. Debate topic number 2. Uniforms shall be worn by all students. Debate topic number 3. The school calendar shall be increased from 180 days to 200 days, or said in another word, year-round school. And debate topic number 4, every student will complete at least 30 hours of community service as part of a local graduation requirement. So these are debate topics that, Mr. Darnell, you are very right. Actual boards across the state are looking at these issues.
Exactly.
And so for a couple of days, the students were able to think about this and then take their thoughts as delegates to the scope conference.
Right, and one of the good things about this group, and I could feel it when we was driving up there. I mean, okay, this group of students is different because they had already started discussing the debate questions on the way to Belmont University. So you knew that they was going to be engaged, and you could see how the debate topics really affected their opinion.
Again, you're listening to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. This morning, we're visiting with Liberty students, Zamarion Carter and Kennedi Taylor. They recently joined JMCSS School Board members Andre Darnell, Harvey Walden, and Andrea Givens-Moore at the Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies in Education. When we come back from the break, we're going to get these students to kind of give us the pros and cons of the different debate topics that not only they had, but maybe what some other students around the state weighed in and gave opinions as well. This is For the District. You're listening to the JMCSS podcast on JJ 97.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey, guess what? We get to pick our clubs tomorrow at school. What should I pick?
What about picking 4-H?
That sounds like fun, but maybe I'll pick choir club or STEM club or nursing club or photography club.
You could say my kids are excited over all the options and opportunities offered by Jackson-Madison County Schools. Our public schools offer more than 100 different clubs and activities for students.
Wait, I know. Ukulele club.
Oh boy, maybe let's stick to art or debate.
For options and opportunities, tuition free, choose Jackson-Madison County Schools.
Welcome back to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for JMCSS. This morning, we are visiting with students from Liberty Technology High School as they've participated in the Tennessee School Board Association Student Congress on Policies in Education at Belmont University. And for the third consecutive year, JMCSS School Board member Andre Darnell served as a group leader. He was joined by his colleagues, Harvey Walden, chairman of the JMCSS School Board, and Andrea Givens-Moore. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Explaining the setup for folks who are just now joining us, Mr. Darnell, if you would explain again the purpose of the scope, competition, and initiative.
Well, the main purpose is to actually get some feedback and insight from students on educational policies that will affect their life. At the scope, they actually are able to participate in a mock school board session. They actually select a superintendent. They debate a topic. A resolution has actually been pushed by the board. Mm-hmm. So it allows them to use those skills to actually enhance their opportunities with the students in the district.
Now, this was a statewide event, so students from all across Tennessee were in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the cool points is, although you had a group of students from Liberty travel to Nashville, when they got there, they were actually broken up into different groups.
Correct. So
that they could work with and collaborate with students from other counties and other school systems.
That's correct.
If you guys would, Kennedi, tell us a little bit about the group you were with, and then tell us which debate topic you all were tasked with.
The group I was with, there were like many grades. It wasn't just freshmen or sophomores. It was various of them. Mm-hmm. And the topic we had to talk about was all students must complete at least one secondary course in high school.
Mm-hmm. And that was, it looks like that's debate topic number 4. And to kind of set the scene a little bit again, if you're just now joining us, there were 4 debate topics that the students knew that they could potentially talk about. All students must complete at least one post-secondary course in high school. Mm-hmm. That was debate topic 1. Debate topic 2, uniforms shall be worn by all students. And I would imagine maybe everybody wanted to talk about that one. Debate topic number 3, the school calendar shall increase from 180 days to 200 days. And again, that was the debate topic among students. Mm-hmm. And then the 4th debate topic, every student will complete at least 30 hours of community service as part of a local graduation requirement. Kennedi, talk about how your group prepared in general for the afternoon, and then how you prepared for your specific topic.
Mm-hmm. So before we actually went to discuss the topic, we actually had a post topic, mm-hmm. which was a topic about vaping being a zero tolerance offense. Mm-hmm. To start off that topic, we decided to make a board of education. We chose students to do that, and then we chose a superintendent. Mm-hmm. We could actually try to run for the position of it, but I just wanted to sit back, so I didn't really want to watch it all. So for that, it was just kind of going back and forth, debating and all that. Mm-hmm. And after that, we just discussed it, planned it out, and when we got to my speech, I had to raise my hand for it. I didn't really want to raise my hand. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really want to be the group leader, mm-hmm. but I don't know, something just made me actually raise my hand for it. Mm-hmm. And to prepare for that, we actually teamed up with his group, which was group 1, and we went together, got our speeches together and all that.
Mm-hmm. I was following this on social media as it was happening earlier this month. And one of the tweets, Mr. Darnell, let us know that Kennedi was actually selected by her peers to be a leader. Explain that to us.
That's correct. As you stated, all of the students, they are very inactive in this process. So when they come in, when I spoke with the superintendent who actually was leading her group, he told me that the way Kennedi came in and argued the point, all of the students said we wanted her to be the leader. So that was a great opportunity. And the first time that any student from Jackson-Madison County system have been selected to debate for the district.
Now, you're receiving this feedback from an administrator from a different county.
Different county.
That says something.
That's right. That was a plus.
And
that's exciting.
If you are watching this on YouTube, you can see that Kennedi has an Air Force sweatshirt on. Kennedi, how much do you think your involvement in ROTC at Liberty Tech kind of gave you the confidence to be a leader while you were in Nashville at the Scope Conference?
I think that people believe that JROTC is just about marching outside and doing all that, but it's about discipline, it's about bonds, it's about all that. And I think that really gave me the confidence of what they teach to actually go out there and do that.
Yeah. Zamarion, Mr. Carter, as he's known in FFA. Tell us a little bit about your experience, Zamarion, with your group. What was your experience like?
Okay. My experience, I just like Kennedi. I want to see the process. I always want to get a feel out of the room, read the room a little bit. But the first topic, like you said, the pre-topic was the vaping is zero tolerance. I heard some very harsh claims against it, and I felt personally that you should, give the kids help. Instead of harming the kids mentally, physically, because although it's illegal to get it, there are adults or I'll say mentors that will supply kids with stuff, and the kids should not be at fault for it.
You didn't like the punitive approach.
No. A lot of the kids there were, and I'll add, a lot of them are seniors. So these are people that are going into the workforce, people that will be voting in our next elections, people that will be on our councils and our school boards, and they had very harsh thoughts against it. They think that if a kid's from maybe a kid's from a bad location, they weren't raised right. Maybe you should just lock them up. Get not a slap on the wrist. Just they felt, like I said, very harshly against it. They were.
Then, what was it like for you to hear opinions from students from different areas across the state? Was that a learning experience for you?
It was seeing how the way that different people seen it. For me, a West Tennessee kid, seeing how somebody from East Tennessee thought about something that's been pushed in everybody's school board. It was a very, very, very needed learning experience for me, just to see those different opinions on such a strong topic.
Good deal. What was it like for you when you found out Kennedi was selected to be a debate leader in her group?
Oh, I lost my voice. I screamed.
Was that a proud moment? I guess?
Proud. I felt like a father. Well, not her father,
Big
but
brother.
yeah, there you go. I felt like a big brother seeing his sister graduate. I felt good seeing another kid from Liberty, and another kid that's in a leadership position, actually getting up there and doing what she knows how to do. Putting the stuff that she's learned in ROTC out into the real world.
Mr. Darnell, how did it make you feel when one of your students that you brought up to Nashville was selected by students from other school districts to be a debate leader?
I was excited. I was very excited. And it goes back to the intuition that I had initially, that I felt like somebody in this group is about to stand out. Just the way that they was debating and arguing the topics. But it was a wonderful experience just to have her represent the district, and she did an awesome job.
You're listening to For the District. It's the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. We're visiting with Zamarion Carter and Kennedi Taylor. They're students at Liberty Technology High School, who recently represented the district at the state level in the Tennessee School Board Association Student Congress on Policies and Education at Belmont University, and Andre Darnell, a JMCSS School Board member who's been a group leader for now 3 consecutive years. It's time for us to take a time out. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Your school, your choice. Open enrollment with Jackson Madison County Schools makes it possible. Register for unique school options like Madison Academic, Community Montessori, and the Middle School Academic Academy at Northeast. Visit jmcss.org before the deadline to apply. Welcome back to For the District. It is the podcast for Jackson Madison County Schools. This morning, we're visiting with board member Andre Darnell and scholars from Liberty Technology High School. And I got to tell you, I don't throw the word scholars around all the time. Most kids are students, but given your background and your participation, you have certainly earned the title of scholars in FFA and ROTC, and now in the scope competition, the Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies and Education at Belmont University. And there's a certificate that they received from Scope that you'll be getting soon. Zamarion, Carter, and Kennedi, you weren't the only students from Liberty to make this trip.
No, sir.
Your peers were?
Promise Jefferson and Cruz Martinez.
Good deal. So you guys went up as a team, but you broke out to make other teams with students from other schools. Kennedi, again, the topic that you all debated was given to you.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
It being given to us, it was kind of hard because we all had our own opinions on it. Sometimes we didn't agree with it, so we had to just kind of think of something to come back with it, even if we didn't agree with it. So it was kind of hard doing that, but yeah.
Board member Darnell, that sounds like a real world conversation that public administrators and elected officials actually have to go through.
Right. And that was one of the main good things of being the group leader, because you're helping fostering them with those discussions to have that that's going to actually affect their lives. So it was very, like I said before, very interactive, very engaging with the students. Good opportunity for them.
Zamarion, you have had quite the senior year.
Yes, sir.
The FFA and animal science program at Liberty Tech has skyrocketed in really the last 2 years. Now, don't get me wrong, the animal science program at Liberty has been strong. But as far as being out in the community and really promoting the program, you all have done a top-notch job in that over the last 2 years. You've participated in FFA on the state level. You've now participated in the Tennessee School Boards Association Student Congress on Policies and Education at the state level. Using a word to describe your senior year at Liberty Tech, what word would you describe? What word would you use to describe your senior year?
Eventful.
Eventful.
It's the best word to put there.
Good deal. Has it ever been a better time to be a student at Liberty Tech?
I'm gonna say now they had some really good years back in 03, 04, back in the day.
But I think you guys are
right
bringing it
now,
back.
I believe that we're bringing it back, and I'd like to put that back to my advisors, our teachers, and especially to my principal,
Dr. Braswell.
Dr. LaDonna Braswell. She is the best thing that's happened to Liberty, especially since I've been there.
Very good. We talked about proud moments. We've started girls flag football. You mentioned Dr. Braswell. She did not have on a cheerleader's uniform, but she was certainly cheering the flag football team on the other day, which, by the way, the Liberty girls flag football team picked up a win over my alma mater, Southside. So congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a big moment. What's it like to be a student and there being so many opportunities on campus? There's culinary, there's cosmetology, there's marketing. And here's the question, Kennedi, you are very much a star student in the ROTC military science program there at Liberty. But if you had to pick another concentration, with so much to choose from at Liberty, what concentration would you pick?
Answer wisely.
I would definitely choose marketing and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's taught by Mr. Falls. He's a great teacher. I love him. And it's definitely a class I'm going to take my sophomore year. But yeah, I would choose that. I love it.
Talk about your interest in marketing and business and kind of why that's your early passion.
It comes from my mom, definitely. My mom's an accountant currently, and she's been doing it for a while. She's still in school trying to get more knowledge about that and trying to get better. So it comes from her.
Zamarion, you were recently recognized, I want to say by obviously FFA, but also University of Tennessee at Martin. You've kind of got your future mapped out, your life after Liberty. Tell us what the future holds for you.
Just like you said, Martin, actually Tuesday or Wednesday, I signed my intent to teach form for Ag Ed. And I fully committed to going to Martin for agriculture education for 4 years of my life and hopefully teaching for the rest of it. Like you said, the whole map is just it's a straight road of ag.
Now, if you would, talk about the program that is there at Martin. I know Chris Cherry, your FFA advisor, has really shown you the opportunity within agri-science and FFA. Nowadays, it's more than just farming. Talk about that.
Yeah, Mr. Cherry, I'll say Mr. Cherry's been a very pivotal point. If we didn't have Mr. Cherry, a lot of things wouldn't have happened. But like you said, pivotal point. He opened doors, windows. He broke the whole wall down. To be honest, he's also an alumni of Martin, so he has connections, of course. He did something that no other teacher or mentor has done for me. He actually got me personally, sat me down, and he asked me about my life. He asked me about what I want to do. Him, Mr. Wilson, Miss Elsa, they've all done it, but Mr. Cherry, he put an extra sense of urgency on it.
He was intentional.
He was very intentional. Something that only you would get from somebody you've known for a long time. It felt like he was talking to my soul, you know? He asked me strong questions, strong adult questions. He didn't treat me like a child. He treated me like an adult, a young adult, which I am, you know? He would tell me certain things like, hey, your life, you're becoming a young man. Yeah. You have to start focusing on life.
Right.
It's not all. He said it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
It is on some days.
It is that. Now some days. Now some days you're right. Yeah. But he said life is meant to be lived. Yeah. He said, and I want you. He said he wanted me to go to college. Wanted me to become a teacher. He said he wanted me to do what he, Mr. Wilson, and Miss Hales has done for me to the next generation of ag. Yeah. And that's not just farmers, like you said earlier. It's not just farmers. You have stuff like ag mechanics. AI is in ag now. Some farms, like I know H&R Agribusiness, they AgriPower, sorry. Yeah. They use drones to fertilize and to spray pesticides on their farms. We use so many things. It's so many different parts of ag. Like, I'm going into education. Right. You know, I'm not going to be a farmer. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a school teacher. I know people that are going to I know people that are going into architecture just for ag. All they're doing is designing farms. You know, there's so many different things you can do. It's not just farming. It's not just all animals. It's not all bugs and plants. It's millions of different pathways.
Board Member Darnell, I imagine it feels pretty good to see a kid light up when they find their passion. What's it like for you to be a school board member, be tasked to make policies and budget, but to see the very real impact that teachers and programs are making?
That's right. That's part of our mission, to provide options and opportunities for students. And to see that our district has grown to this new level where we have all of these different innovation programs in our high schools that allow them to do those different opportunities and get those different skills. That's rewarding. And that was one of the things that I think even as a board, we all agreed that we wanted to do as one, to be the best by any measure. And it's rewarding.
We want to thank Superintendent Dr. Marlon King for teaching us how to have a AAA mindset. That's right. Academics, athletics, and the arts. And through CTE, or Career and Technical Education, through opportunities like military science, the students are not just meeting the challenge, they're exceeding. And so thank you for being intentional and giving the students another opportunity with something like the SCOPE, the Student Congress on Policies and Education at Belmont University. I want to thank you all for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck next year at Martin.
Thank you.
Good luck for the rest of the semester and next year, rising the ranks in ROTC at Liberty Technology High School. And thank you for your leadership, Mr. Darnell, and your demeanor on our school board.
Thank you, sir.
You've been listening to For the District. It is the podcast for Jackson-Madison County Schools. If you missed the first half of this conversation, or maybe you've missed previous episodes, you can check us out on our YouTube channel, on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and radio731.com. We hope you have an excellent Sunday, a great week, and we'll see you next time.